Hi guys, it's Weedit, and what I want to do right now, for a reason I have no clue about, is I just want to make some leather flowers. I want to make a leather flower, I should say. And what I have here are some scraps. My husband does leather work, and so here are some scraps. And I happen to know that these are the cutout for where we made some leather bibs, and rather than let it go to waste, I thought maybe I'd make a leather flower. I don't know when I'll use it in something, but you never know. So, kind of got the outline there of my scrap pieces, and then here's another leather scrap piece he had, and I have some more here. Again, that's from a bib. I helped him design the leather bibs, which are really great because you just wipe them off. And then this is actually from a recliner that we basically took the leather off of. It was given to us just for that purpose. So, and then here are two more scraps that he had. He has a ton of scraps. I just grabbed a few, and he came in and saw me playing with it, and he's like, okay, you know, I've got tons more. And it's like, oh, all right. So I don't really know what kind of flower I want to make. So I'm thinking just a little center, and then for the gray, okay, I'm making a pattern piece now, and this one is for the gray, and I outlined it here because I want the gray on the bottom, and then I want that on the top. And so I'm going to kind of just rough it in, I think. Make it, and then I'll go back and I don't know if you can see this. There you go. That one I want it bigger. Let's get that. And okay, now to work this out a little more, I'm going to bring that out and around, and I'm going to attach it to that one because I need a slightly stronger base than I have. So I'm bringing the petal bases out more and playing off the petals next to it. And this would be great done with felt, to make some felt flowers, and I may do that. But what I have over here is leather, so okay. That's a kind of wonky one, but if I cut out like two and then juxtapose them, that should work nicely. Now I need to do the same kind of thing, but keeping it within. And this would actually go on top. Five. Okay, nope. That needs to be a little longer. And this one can be a little longer. All right. Now, once again, I need to connect them a little bit more. So here we go at the base. Maybe not quite that much. There we go. Okay, and again, two of them juxtapose. That ought to work well. So I'll have a 4-layer flower. As I said, when I want a little downtime, I make embellishments. Right now I want a little downtime. I hope you guys are having a great week. My weekend was, well, you know, when you can't do, sometimes it's just a perfect time to curl up and have a marathon on TV or read a bunch of books. And that's kind of what I did. And I enjoyed it. I missed creating. I'm trying to figure out the usual things that I do creatively when I'm down. And by down, I just mean I'm hurting and can't do a lot of things. I really couldn't do. Just wasn't going to happen. So I'm trying to regroup and figure out some other things that maybe I can do when it's, you know, one of those days. Embellishments are often what I do when I need some quiet downtime. But I really missed being creative. I enjoyed reading it, and, you know, like I said, you hunker down and you enjoy a TV marathon, but that's not a big TV person, so, and I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't play a little bit more. So I'm working on some ideas on how to play a bit more, and one of the things I thought was, I think I showed y'all, I got this great little coloring thing, and I haven't thought about trying to color gently. Now, because I always have trouble on my left side, and I'm left-handed for the most part, sometimes this may not be feasible, but I'm going to take that to the house, and or another coloring book I've got a couple, and see if I can't do maybe some coloring. Sometimes that's not a good idea for me. The resistance of the pens on the paper can be a bit much. Now, I don't want my lines to show a whole lot as they would with black. I'm not sure. This is supposed to be a nice light blue, and it looks like it's leaving a pretty good mark, but that's okay. And you can tell I'm not being real picky. There is nothing exact about what I'm doing. And again, I think this would be a great idea for felt. I might do a different pattern, rounded, maybe rounded petals for felt. The peel of both leather and felt, so they just don't need, really, you don't have to worry about them fraying, you don't have to finish the edges, so they make great flowers. Okay, 2 of those, and let's do 2 of these. So I had a nice quiet weekend. It's spring break for me, so I can stay at home and relax and play. It's turkey hunting season also, which has got my husband tickled because he's going out turkey hunting. And hunting is relatively, he did it as a kid, then he didn't do it for a long time, and he's back turkey hunting now. I'm going to see if I can cut this with my scissors without having to go get my husband's stuff. But he didn't hunt for a long time, and he is hunting now. That's pretty much what we eat. If it's meat, it comes from what he's hunted. And I feel a lot better doing that, actually, than I do buying some of the grocery store stuff. So, and I apologize if you hear the traffic. I've got the door open. It's like 80 degrees outside. So, or it was. It's cooled off now. It's evening, which may be why the light is not so great right now. And he went racing for the first time in a very long time. He lost his best friend, and I mean really best friend, to cancer several years ago, and he has not been into racing ever since he lost his friend. And very tragic. The guy was only 38 years old, had a 2-year-old daughter, and it was very hard. They were racing buddies. So it's been several years now, and he went back to the races last night. Last night? Yes, last night. and he won. So he was in a very good mood, and I'm just glad to see that he is back out and enjoying racing again. He had some friends there, of course, that he was not expecting to see, and it was a very good evening. I don't generally go to the races with him because there's nowhere for me to get comfortable, and that's not good. He doesn't need to be worried about me and whether I'm comfortable or I'm doing okay when he's trying to race. So I stay home, I do art, and he goes out and he has fun and races, and then he goes hunting, and I stay home and I do art, and we take walks together. And here we go, trying to get around this. Go horseback riding together and do other things together. So it's always been that way. We've been married for over 30 years now, and it's always been that way, where he's got his interests, I have mine, and then we do things together. So it's a good plan. Interests have changed over the years. We've had to find different things in common. I did used to go to the races with him, and I can't anymore, and he knows it, and he's fine with that. So. And I'm really happy because I get to stay comfortable and not hurt. Though cutting these out is kind of challenging. But he was so silly. He came in and started telling me all the different ways that I could rivet these together and do this, that, and the other. And it's the whole him in leatherwork is really kind of funny, because I was into leatherwork. I still am. And I noticed that every time I started playing, and especially when I started doing things like I was making cowboy boot purses, and I still do that, but that's where I take cowboy boots and turn them into purses. And sometimes, I would need his help to do things. But anytime I was working with leather, he wouldn't leave me alone. I mean, he was right there. Whatever I was doing with leather, he was right in the middle of it. And I'd been trying to tell him he would enjoy leather work, and he really needed an indoor hobby at the time, desperately needed one. So I kept trying to get him interested in it, and he never would quite make that leap. Then he found out my father was getting interested in it, and now he has a great, he just does beautiful leather work. I mean, gorgeous work. So, and he makes stuff for people all the time, and I think it makes him feel good that he can make something for him and give it to him as a thank you and that sort of thing. So, but here we go. I think it was so funny that he was so resistant to it. And now he's unhappy because I haven't been doing as much leather work, and our interests are totally opposite in leather work. I like figure carving, and he's more about making things. So he makes gun rugs, rifle cases, Bible cases, travel trays, holsters, spur straps, halters for horses, you name it. And it looks like my flower is going to have some wonky petals. I think that one needs to be on the bottom, and that one needs to be on the top. Maybe even, no. However I had it the first time, I liked it, and I don't remember. Okay, that's the general idea behind the flower. It almost looks like a poinsettia petals. But what I want to do is play a little bit with, I can get them out. And that's a big yeah. Oh. And I'm sorry for not talking. I didn't think about this ahead of time. I'm grabbing some lusters to rub on the flowers. And so I just kind of brought my whole tray so we can see what it is I want to do. So here's my flower. And Inca Gold Apricot. I've got a rose. I don't want to do that. I do have a shimmer, Opulence. Viva Decor Hematite. I don't want that. This is Precious Metals. I'm really not wanting that. Iced Espresso. Nope. Well, nope. I've got gray leather. I don't think I want that. Champagne Ice. That's kind of nice. That is. I've got copper. I don't want that. Emerald. I don't want that. Lava Red. The Gilder's Paste. I love. My Gilder's Paste is dry. I really need to go in and oof, look at this. Now that can be sort of reconstituted a little bit, so I just need to go in and do that. I think I need to add mineral oil if I'm not mistaken. I went in and checked it one time. I think it's mineral oil. Don't hold me to that. Do your research. But so I think that I might play with those two and see how that does. I also have some of these, and then of course I've got these are always good, the Rub and Buffs. Now maybe not the patina, but I think I like I just want to see what that champagne looks like on that bright. Now, it doesn't seem like it would be that pretty, okay, I admit, but something's sort of telling me to try that. So, just gonna get a little on my finger. That's gonna be too much, so I'm gonna put some, not right there, and just gonna glaze that petal. And this is one, there we go. You can see that. That's pretty nice. Oh. I do like that. I do. Champagne is sort of a neutral metallic. It's neither warm nor cool. I mean, it looks warm, but when you think about gold being really warm and silver being really cool, champagne tends to fall in between. So I was wondering how it was going to do with the gray, and I like it. I do. Okay, let's put... And this textured leather is good. Now, if you were doing this in felt, what I would probably end up doing with felt flowers is having a blast with some sequins. That would be fun. Or if you have some of the fabric paint in the metallics, putting dots on them, that would be good too. Just rubbing, ooh, there we go. Okay, now, that's, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Well, anyway, you can see how that looks with that great texture. And, shall we try Pure Shimmer? That's white. Why not? Why not? Or I could go with apricot. Apricot and gray. That might, I think I'll do that. My handy wipes out. So I'm kind of using whatever. I've got DecoArt Metallic Luster here in Champagne Ice. I have Inca Gold in this apricot, and I have no idea what this is. It just says Pure Shimmer, and there's nothing. Oh, Opulence, there we go. So, but I think I'm gonna try this. If I don't like it, I'll cut another one out. I think I've got to get enough on there to get the color. Okay, and that is different. Trying to get it so you can see. Very slightly. It's not clashing, so that's good. I hear something on the back porch, and it may be that raccoon. There's a raccoon that sneaks on the back porch over here at the playhouse and gets into the cat food. Now he can't get into the house. I definitely hear something back there. And he's pretty brave. If you flash a light on him, he just kind of looks at you because you're interrupting him, but he doesn't leave. And we've tried blocking him and keeping him out, and yeah, we haven't been very successful. Okay. All right. So one is with champagne and the other is with apricot, and I really like that. And I think I'll use this apricot as well on the wonky flower, on the beige leather. Okay, that's kind of creepy. I sure am glad I know that that's him and that he can't get in. It's a a little disturbing. All right, here we are. Apricot, and this is not quite, this is more finely textured. And I want to put a pretty good bit of color on here. Stop. There we go. Yeah. Pretty. I mean, look. Oh, look at the flower. I like it. Okay. And then we will try this Opulence, which is white, and it's going to be like the top layer. Ooh, okay. That is fairly liquid. No, I don't want to leave fingerprints. Okay. There we go. All right. That needs to dry a little bit. And that's fine, because now I think I could rivet these together, but I don't really want to go through all that. So I think I'm going to try my Crop-A-Dile and a brad. Just seems a lot easier. So, and that's not what I planned on doing. So I'm pulling out some of my brads. Let's rephrase it. I'm attempting to pull out some of my brads. And they're going everywhere. These are some of the brads that I got the other day in my Michael's haul. They were on clearance. And so let's see if I can get them out. Let's see. Evidently I can't. Here we go. And I've got gold. I've got gunmetal. I like that gunmetal. I was thinking I was going to end up using silver, but I like that gunmetal. And you know what? We could do something with that. I'm hung up on the apricot, you can tell. So let's give this some apricot, or not. What are you doing? Okay, we'll give you texture. We will give you texture. We will dab this on, and you will have apricot texture. Well, maybe not. Apricot colored texture, how's that? I'm going to, that's what I did with the brad. Just kind of dab that on. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm probably going to put another coat on. But let's get out the handy dandy Crop-A-Dile. And layer these up. Is this one dry? Yes, but you know what? It's straight. Right there. Wrong color? And this is what happens when you use products maybe not in the way they were intended. Putting it on a little heavily now. Yeah, I may have messed this one up. Okay, we will be having a 3-layer flower because I've got to let this dry, add more colors. I'm only using a brad, so I can go in, and if I fix this one up, I can add him in if I want. But for right now, we will go with this. And I'm going to probably punch these separately in what I think is roughly the center, which means I'm probably missing if I think it's the center. But you know, it's just whoops, just a playflower. There we go. And there we go. Yep, dry already. So I'm going to put a little more. Okay, dabbing on a little more. And again, I need to let that dry. That is so pretty. I'm going to make another flower, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Now I've left the edges gunmetal gray, but there is my leather flower. And I like the fact that some of the leaves are kind of wonky. So yep, there you have it. And looking at this now, because I've got this apricot and then I've got the apricot center, I'm probably going to put some of that champagne luster in there so it's not samey. And I don't want it all to be champagne, I just want it not samey. So it's a little mottled now. I don't know if you can see that. And then of course I have the black rim, which I think I like. And there is my leather flower. Thank you for joining me and playing with me, and y'all have a great day, weekend, or whatever. Bye.